Hey, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to share with you my high ticket funnel that we're going to be focusing on in 2022 and how you can use the exact same process that we are to sell your own high ticket programs. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Penberthy. I'm the founder of a marketing education company called AdClients.com. We specialize in helping people selling courses, coaching, and services to scale their business with automated client acquisition funnels. And in today's video, I want to share with you one of the main funnels that we're going to be focusing on in 2022. And before I reveal it to you, don't cheat, pause the video. Let me know in the comment section below if you've seen me before, seen my stuff, which sales funnel do you think is my preferred that we will be focusing on this year to sell high ticket programs? Pause the video, let me know in the comments below. Let's dive straight in. The funnel that we've actually seen the most success with over the past few years, and it's the same funnel we're going to be using yet again in 2022, is a webinar funnel. Now, I want to talk you through in this video some of the key reasons why that's the case, but don't switch off if you've heard about webinars before, because there are some tweaks, there are some subtle nuances that need to change in how you do webinars now from how they worked a few years ago. And in fact, this is one of the biggest issues. When people think webinars don't work, or they're saturated, or they won't work for your business, it's because we're thinking of an outdated way of using webinars, and the whole model has changed. And there's some reasons why webinars literally today, this year, 2022, will work better than they have done before. So firstly, let me walk you through the simple process that is this funnel, and then I'll talk about a couple of key things that you need to take away from this. So we want to keep things simple. Listen, we've scaled our business now to between $4 and $5 million a year. And we do that by selling our courses and our coaching. And the vehicle that we've used is primarily webinars, but we still want to keep the process simple. We don't want to have a ton of moving parts. So our process is as follows. We run paid traffic, targeting the right people who would like our stuff. We send them to a page where they can register for a webinar presentation that is on the topic that client avatar wants to learn about, and that, of course, we can help them with in our coaching programs. They attend the webinar. We only give them one time option. We don't give them a bunch of options for the webinar. It's one time option. And then on the webinar, we have a short presentation, not a long 2-hour webinar. That's one of the things that has changed, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. And then on that webinar, we invite them to book a phone call with us if they would be interested to discuss our coaching. And then, of course, on the phone, some of those people will become a client. That's the process. Now, a couple of key things that I want to point out about that. First and foremost, people will say all the time, John, well, if we're using a webinar and if we're getting them registered and then they can book a call, why don't we make the process even simpler and scrap the webinar altogether and just use a video on a page? And you've probably seen this, right? You opt in, and immediately on the next page, you're hit with a video that you can consume instantly, and then you'll be given the opportunity to book a call. So why would we even use webinars? There's a very, very important reason, and this is one of the reasons why webinars are working better now than they ever have. We are living in a hugely distracted world right now. Social media moving so quickly, so many posts, so many ads, so much activity, so much engagement. There's so much going on that for us to have a decent conversation with someone through a video presentation, we need as close to their undivided attention as we can possibly get. And if someone opts in and instantly gets access to a video, firstly, the barrier to entry was low, so there's very little commitment from their part to stick around and watch the video. And secondly, it's just a video on a page. There's notifications dinging, there's other stuff going on. They can pause the video, and even if they can't pause the video, now they're just frustrated they can't pause it because it's not actually a webinar presentation. So now you're just restricting their access on how they watch a video on a page. For all these reasons, a video on a page just doesn't work nearly as well as a webinar. We need to get people into a confined environment where they are not just registering, but now there's an extra step, an extra level of commitment, an extra gatekeeper, which is they need to wait a few moments for the webinar to start and jump into the webinar room. Now they have greater investment into this process of attending the webinar. Now, when they're on the webinar, they can't pause it because it's playing, but that's justified in the fact that this is a webinar platform. and they're watching a presentation right now. And so if they want to consume it, they've got to stick around. And so it limits their ability to run off to other distractions. And the final reason is if you can get someone to watch an entire presentation before they have the opportunity to book a phone call with you, then you are more likely to have a qualified, good conversation with someone on the phone, because they have actually invested a considerable amount of time to get to that point of booking a call with you. There's so much more that I could talk about why webinars work so well. I haven't got time to talk about it all in this video, but I will focus on one more, which is the length of the webinar presentation. Back a few years ago, and this is one of the big things that has changed, a webinar would be an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, and that was still new and exciting. Now we have to accommodate for the fact that we do live in a distraction-rich society. And so we still want to get them in a confined environment. We still want to get that level of commitment. We still want them to have that level of indoctrination before they book a call, but we want to confine the process just a little bit. And so our webinar presentations are actually only about 45 minutes long. That is it, and that we get everything done in that 45 minutes that we need to turn a stranger into a ready-to-buy client. And before I sign off, if you'd like to learn more about this process, I have a free resource for you. It's called the No Pitch Webinar Blueprint, and it will actually show you, literally A to Z, exactly what I do inside of my 45-minute webinar presentations to do just that, turn a stranger to a ready-to-buy client. I think you will really, really enjoy taking a look at it. It's my gift to you. So click the link in the description box or the top comment, and you can go ahead and grab that resource. So in conclusion, if you're struggling to land high ticket clients, if you don't have a reliable sales system to make that work, then you need to be looking into webinars. It is the golden ticket. It has been for us for previous years, and it will continue to be into 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up on the video. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this video. Was it helpful? And subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, and I'll see you in a future video.